Alright, so before we get to the actual rework station here, we're gonna switch this tip to the smallest one, which this may be the smallest one I have for this hot air station. It's gonna take a little bit of work to do, since I gotta watch out for the other stuff devices on there. You don't want to blow the other components right off of there, because when you work with these hot air rework stations, you got to be very, very careful of your air velocity. If you got that thing cranked up too high and you got your heat cranked up too high, you can blow the parts right off the board. So you got to keep a good balance there. Alright, so let's get back to the look at the schematic here. I'll show you a little bit more what's going on. Here's the mixer IC that we're going after right here. And these are the tuning coils, or the variable tuning coils that set up the IC mixer. Basically, you balance all these out to. This comes from your crystal oscillator and stuff. It comes in here, and you gotta tune this for resonance, I guess. And it comes through, gets decoupled through this cap here. I believe it's C295. Now this is the first pre-driver, Q52. Now I've checked that emitter resistor, that's okay. I've checked that transistor, that's okay. Same thing with Q51, that's okay. This coil inductor is good. Everything's good there. Then once it gets decoupled from these two and goes decoupled there, and then it goes into your pre-driver final MOSFET, one IRF 520. And I've checked every part in here. This is all good. Everything's good. Gets decoupled and thrown into the final here, Q47. And then after, there's your biasing potentiometer here and a bias potentiometer here for setting up the bias. And then after here, it gets thrown out to the another set of inductors, decouples again, and out decoiled, and blah 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 out to your antenna. And this is that board, the long board that comes out for testing and setting up your bias currents. So everything's good here. I believe everything is good from this point on. Now this point up is all the crystal oscillator stuff, and that's all seems to be okay. Everything from here forward is good. So that leaves this mixer IC to be the possible culprit. So there's no real way to test that I know of, at least. So I just was cheap enough to just find a replacement. Just went to an auction website, the only place I could find it. So that's it there. And this is a pretty standard IC for a lot of these radios, RCI, Galaxy. So let's give it a shot. So the next cut will be the IC replacement.